It's too cold for this balderdash. Acidic. You know, I was starting to form icicles outside. It's no bueno.
Yeah, that's very true, Gary, and I would definitely have to say I appreciate this package of lottery tickets you got me. It's going to put some money in my pocket, I'd have to say. If I play my cards right, I can make over 35,000 bucks. That's pretty good stuff there as far as that kind of happens. So I just kind of look after it. But we're going to talk, you just keep sipping your Sprite there as far as that kind of happens. We're going to talk about Canada's problems because I look after it. You already know about the United States' problems. In 2024, we know the problems, the wars, the diseases, the inflation, the leftover inflation, stuff like that. It's an election year, some of those type things, just the standard controversies that kind of go on, the weather, some of those type things, just would have to say. But Canada, not as much. We're not as familiar. It doesn't always make the evening news as far as that kind of happens. They seem to be doing rather well, but they do have a package of problems, and for the Canadian viewers and just stuff like that, we're going to address some of these problems to kind of help get them back on their feet and get them out and get them up and at them and some of those type things. Just out in the morning, when, in the brunch time, and the commute and commerce as far as that kind of happens. They could use the help, Gary. You probably could, you know, if I win this over $40,000 that I'm about to get, I'll drop off like $3,000 for you to have something to get for yourself, I'd have to say. But we'll talk about Canada's problems. Two problems that they're faced with that we're going to help them get back on their feet is the cost of living and immigration. So for one thing, dealing with immigration, they don't want you there. Just to say like that, viewers, just would have to say they're not, 61% of Canadians are not looking forward to immigration this year. They feel like it's just kind of a derailment. They may not have said it's a derailment, but the concept they have, the virtual vernacular, is supposing that they're not terribly interested in immigration this year. So 61%, almost 2/3 of Canadians not looking forward to immigration. It's kind of the concept. They don't want you there. Gary, you're going to have to take your smoke sessions somewhere else. I know those pristine forests look so awesome, but we're just going to have to, I know those pristine and chilly forests look so awesome, but we're just going to have to sip our 40 ounces somewhere else, I'd have to say. That's just kind of the concept. Not being sarcastic towards Canada, it's just more Gary that I think.
I need Canadian pancakes.
Yeah, I know. He basically just wants to go there, so we'll just have to look after it. But yeah, so the other concept is just the cost of living. Now this is kind of, I don't know what's going on with that. That's kind of the wild card in this particular mix, is just being able to say that Canada's having problems with the cost of inflation and that sort of stuff. Wonder where that's happening. I mean, you look after it, maybe they should invest in a Pizza Hut. I think they probably could stand to have Pizza Huts in Canada. That would probably solve a lot of problems. Someplace, you know, I don't know if they believe in gambling, put a couple casinos out there, something like that, make a Las Vegas out in Canada. That's what Canada needs, is a Las Vegas, I'd have to say. They had like some, like when you think of Rush Hour, those type movies, that they had like a Red Dragon casino where you could win $300,000 just from playing blackjack or something like that. That'd probably help. They need, yeah, spend your money on gambling, go buy pizza from Pizza Hut, and then I'd probably also say, you know, just on top of that, just some other things that could probably help you make money, like, you know, invest in the stock market, something like that. The stock market could always use, folks. Put like a 5% stock in like Pepsi or something like that. Just would have to estimate. Just find something easy, you know, something like that. Think of something. There's plenty of situations, you know. I would, you know, invest in Pepsi, invest in like the Patriots, a football team. There's just plenty of situations. Just, you know, sky's the limit, I'd have to say. But we look after it. Gary, his head's spinning. He's still a little bit frosty from being outside. He's part of the park crew as far as that kind of happens. That's what he does nowadays. That's why he hasn't been around as much. He's not living with Cobalt anymore. But I just would have to say it's kind of the concept. So yeah, we're just gonna, Gary's gonna sip his Sprite. I'm gonna see how much money I won and that type of stuff, and we'll just kind of, yeah, Canada, your 2024 problems are solved.
Eat me!